All right, taking the Nomad up here to Maryland Mountain today. Get a sense for how it handles things up here. Been riding this trail a lot this year, so I feel like I understand it pretty well. Get a good sense for how the bike rides, handles this new style. All right, now we climb. All right, so this is my second ride on the Nomad V6. And in my last video, I was like, you know, this thing climbs exactly the same as a Mega Tower. It's a little worse. It's not quite as firm as the Mega Tower. Now, I don't know, maybe it's because I have a coil on this bike, but my Mega Tower with the X2 felt a little more firm on the climb. There's a little more bob in this one, but similar to the Mega Tower, the geometry just also feels too big to fail. Really comfortable, and if I'm not yammering away talking to the camera and I have my breath, I feel like I could climb all day on this thing. It's awesome. I don't mind the weight. Love how centered I am on this bike. Yeah, so I'm gonna turn the camera off and start breathing. This climb has a couple of side hits, which I always think is a good barometer for how a bike behaves. Because, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of all about the downhill, but if you can have fun anywhere on the trail, might as well. Back to climbing. All right, here's another little climb feature. It'll be a good test for this bike. All right. Didn't expect that. Thought this bike was gonna feel too big. And it felt big, but it did it. So, cool. Here's another little fun technical feature on the climb. Maybe test out the new bash guard. Nope, all good. All right, almost there. All right, we're just gonna get right to it. There's some thunderstorms circling. So this is the Hard Money Trail here at Maryland Mountain. Kind of downhill flow, good mix of technical, some littler doubles, couple of hip options, and yeah, I'm gonna try to talk through it. I don't know how Claudio does this in his old talk cams going down Val de Sol, but we'll give it a shot because this is much less challenging, so should be able to talk. All right. Oh yeah. Woo! Really just goes into the air exactly how you want it to. Check. What I love about it through the air is I can make micro adjustments really quickly to get through some of that jank. All right. Woo! I love this place. This is a place where the switchbacks can feel a little cumbersome on my 29ers. Wrong line. Yeah, you can get off the brakes just a little sooner in those. Which helps a ton. Woo! Yeah, sit down. Woo! Oh yeah. Oh, there can be so much flow here. If you're not trying too hard. Oh. Spoke too soon. Ah, wrong line. All good. Whew. All right, fun part's coming up. That turn's always tough. Got a pedal, shit. Gotta kind of get some speed here for this first one. So I didn't have all the speed I needed, but this bike really loves to jump. Whew. Not the fast line, but the fun one. Try and let it rip here. No brakes, no brakes. Like butter. Whew, getting fatigued. Alright, this one's a little bigger. No problem. Alright. Cheater line right there, but we're not going for King of Mountain today. Damn, this thing feels good. Whew. That turn's getting washed out. Whew. Too much brake. All right. Line up. Love that. Oh, almost out of here. Whew. Yes. That was awesome. Sometimes you want to go as fast as you can. Sometimes you want to go as fun as you can. And that was a little bit of both. Maybe a little more fun. But this bike, second ride, I already feel like we're just kind of melding. It's yeah, just really intuitive to ride, soaks up the bumps, turns really well. Oh. Bunny hops, does dumb stuff. Yeah, we'll talk a little more. Quick bike check before we go here. This is a custom build because they didn't have any completes, but it's basically an X01 reserve wheels. Really happy with those over the years. TRP DHR Evos, probably the secret weapon. Sensus meaty paws. I like to ride gloveless, made in the USA. If you like to ride gloveless too, check these out. Bike yoke dropper, Golden Bike Shop, the place to get things. New Super Deluxe, some kind of fancy hydraulic bottom out, don't ask me. And hell yeah, these new bash guards that come with this new sick looking crank. So that was really fun. Day 2 on the Santa Cruz Nomad V6, and riding impressions so far are very good. I kind of wanted to just take the bike along for another kind of get to know you ride down a trail that I know well, Hard Money here at Maryland Mountain at Black Hawk, Colorado. And yeah, so I mean, I wasn't really just trying to go as fast as I could today. I really just wanted to hit kind of the fun lines, pop around, show how jumpy the bike was in certain areas. But surprisingly, I PR'd that section of trail, which I've ridden quite a few times, even raced it. And somewhere I've always had trouble, I've been riding full 29ers, are those kind of tighter switchbacks. And I think during the race, the people winning those races, for sure, are either masters of the switchbacks and carrying as much speed as possible through there, or they're, you know, on these mullet bikes doing the exact same thing. And so I think today, being on the mullet setup and being able to kind of whip around those turns a little bit faster really played to my advantage, and PR'd not even trying to. So I'd be curious to come back here and really try to go for it, see what kind of times I could hit. And yeah, again, on the climbing, yeah, I guess I'm going to concede a little bit slower than the Mega Tower, probably. But there's something to a mullet wheel, and I don't know if it's in my head or if there's truth to it, but when I don't want to shift into an easier gear and I come up to something technical and I got to kind of muscle through, I feel like it's easier just to get that smaller wheel rolling than it is the big 29er tire. And again, I don't know, maybe that's in my head, but I don't know, science kind of backs that up, right? It feels like it's a little bit easier just to torque, get over something technical without shifting into an easier gear and without giving up that cadence, which I think is really advantageous. So really loving the bike so far. I feel like could be a race bike, could be a fun bike. It really checks a lot of boxes, except mellower trails. We're not even gonna try it on mellower trails. That would be ridiculous to take it somewhere super chill and be like, yeah, this bike sucks on really mellow trails. This 170 mil bike doesn't feel great here. That just seems stupid. So we're just gonna keep taking it to fun places.